March, it's primary day in Kentucky, and the polls are about to close across most of the state.
Republicans and Democrats are keeping a close eye on the U.S. Senate race for the Bluegrass. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell is seeking a 6th term, but he's facing 4 challengers in the GOP primary, including Louisville businessman Matt Bevin. We have team coverage of the race tonight.
Tim Elliott is with Bevin's campaign, but first, Marissa Alter is live at the Marriott East, where Senator McConnell will be speaking later tonight. Marissa?
Vicki, behind me is where Senator Mitch McConnell is expected to give his victory speech after beating Tea Party-backed Matt Bevin and 3 other candidates in this Republican primary. McConnell himself made sure to cast his ballot this morning. This is video from Bellarmine's campus, where the Senate's most powerful Republican voted this morning. McConnell has been in office since 1984 and hopes today is the first step to securing a 6th term there. His biggest primary opponent, Matt Bevin, is trying to capitalize on anti-incumbent sentiment, but McConnell tried to use his years in office as a plus as he crisscrossed the state yesterday in a final primary campaign push. He told voters how his influence would be a huge loss for Kentucky. McConnell also didn't really focus on Bevin and instead took aim at President Barack Obama, which may be a hint at his strategy moving forward in November. This is a race that all eyes are focused on, not just in Kentucky, but across the country.
It's a hugely important race. There is a national effort for Republicans to retake the majority in the United States Senate. Keeping a seat in Kentucky is a linchpin to that plan. So when you have the leader of any political party facing a pretty aggressive primary opponent and then turning and having to face a pretty aggressive general election opponent, it's always going to get national news, and this one is.
And doors just opened here. They are expecting a pretty good crowd to watch those election numbers come in and hear Senator McConnell speak. He's not expected till a little bit later tonight, but we will have all of it for you tonight on WLKY News at 11. For now, reporting live from the Marriott East, I'm Marissa Alter, WLKY News.
Thanks, Marissa. Matt Bevin was seen as the most serious of the 4 challengers to Senator McConnell.
Tim Elliott is live at the Crowne Plaza, where we will hear from the Tea Party-backed candidate later tonight. Tim?
Well, Rick and Vicki, Matt Bevin is expected to arrive here at the Crowne Plaza momentarily. We're told that he might be stuck in traffic right now. But as you can see behind me, the stage is set for what he hopes will be his victory speech a little later tonight. But he has a very difficult task ahead of him. He has to unseat the top Republican in Washington, Mitch McConnell. Now, Bevin actually cast his ballot a little earlier today. He was at the Louisville Presbyterian Seminary and did run into a bit of an issue there. Apparently, the machine spit his first ballot out, and he had to do it all over again, so a minor mix-up there. Bevin is, of course, a political newcomer. Mitch McConnell, meanwhile, looking for his 6th consecutive term in the U.S. Senate. Bevin believes people have had enough of McConnell and his, quote, tired, stale, and pointless ideas. He's hoping to sway those undecided voters in his favor, but as we've been saying, unseating McConnell will not be easy tonight. Recent polls show that McConnell has a commanding lead over Bevin, but Bevin and his camp remain optimistic as they've had throughout this entire campaign. Last night when I spoke with Matt Bevin, he told me he traveled 48,000 miles throughout the state of Kentucky during his campaign. He hopes one of his next travel destinations will be Washington, D.C., and a seat in the U.S. Senate. Reporting live from the Crowne Plaza, Tim Elliott, WLKY News.
Thank you, Tim. The winner of the GOP primary will face whoever comes out of the top in the Democratic primary. Secretary of State Allison Grimes has been the front runner among the 4 candidates. Lauren Adams is with the Grimes campaign tonight.
She is live now in Lexington. Lauren?
Yeah, good evening to you, Rick. Vicki, Grimes is not here just yet. The Secretary of State and Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate is expected to arrive here sometime after 7 o'clock. But take a look here behind me. The stage is set. This is where her team tells me they're hoping she will give a victory speech sometime around 8 o'clock tonight. But starting in the next hour, we're going to begin to see state and local officials up here behind this podium. Even Governor Steve Beshear is going to be on hand to deliver some brief remarks. Now, it's been a very long few weeks, a long day, especially for Lundergan Grimes. Take a look at this video. She cast her ballot early this morning right here in Lexington around 7:30. From there, it was on to Frankfort to the State Board of Elections. That's where Grimes will remain until polls close across the state at 7 tonight. She's expected to wait on some early returns before returning back here to Lexington. Now, back here live tonight, I want to show you the decorations are up. We've got some balloons. The paddles are on the table. Really, at this point, the only thing we are missing is the candidate herself. Again, she's expected to arrive here between 7:30 and 8 o'clock tonight for what many promise will be a celebratory event. We're live tonight in Lexington. Lauren Adams, WLKY News.
All right, thank you, Lauren. Now, CBS News congressional correspondent Nancy Cordes usually follows Senator McConnell on Capitol Hill, but today she followed him on the campaign trail here in Louisville, along with Matt Bevin. She says the outcome of the race could shift power on Capitol Hill.
The Senate could change hands in November. Republicans only need about 6 seats in order to retake control of the Senate, and Democrats see this one seat as a potential pickup for them.
Now, you will hear more of Nancy Cordes' conversation with the candidates coming up on the CBS Evening News.
There were 7 Louisville Metro Council primaries on the ballot today.
This is the year for odd-numbered council districts to elect their representatives. The most hotly contested race is the Democratic primary for District 9, which has 13 candidates on the slate. That seat is held by Tina Ward Pugh, who is retiring after winning 3 races since the city-county merger. The winner will face Republican Laura Rice.
In East Louisville, Republican Ken Fleming is also leaving his District 7 seat. Sean Sloan and Angela Leet want to replace him on the GOP ticket. 5 Democratic incumbents had challengers in their respective primaries. In District 1, Attica Scott faced Jessica Green. She is the daughter of former Councilwoman Judy Green. Mary Woolridge in District 3 faced former Jefferson County Constable David Whitlock.
Sherry Bryant Hamilton had 1 challenger in District 5. In District 15, Marianne Butler had 2 opponents, and Dan Johnson had 2 challengers in District 21.
The mayor's race in Louisville was not on today's ballot. Mayor Fisher ran unopposed in the Democratic primary.
He will face Republican Bob DeVore, who previously made a failed run for Congress in 2012.